So I've got a clean piece of paper here that I made, and another way you can draw is with this tool here. It's the rectangle tool, and you notice it has a little triangle in the corner, so if I click and hold it means there are additional tools here, and with this we have pre-made shapes. So I'm just going to try out the rectangle tool here, and I've switched my fill to red, and I'm still using the black stroke, and I have a weight of 7 just so you can see it easier. And if I go back and take the ellipse tool, I can just put in some shapes like that. And I'm going to select the black arrow here, click on that shape, and then go back to my ellipse. And you see if I move the mouse into the center here and hold down the Option key, that allows me to create a circle from the center. I'm just going to Apple Z that. And I'm going to do Option and Shift so that when I do create the circle, it's a perfect circle there. So I'm just going to go back to the black arrow. I'm just going to erase this one here and select both of these just by clicking and dragging over them. And I'm going to use my Pathfinder tool here, and if remember you don't have that, go Window, Pathfinder. And I'm just going to play around with some of these buttons here. So if I click this, you see it has turned into one shape, but I'm still able to edit it. If I go into the white arrow, you see I've clicked on the rectangle, it has done that, and I have the circle here, and I can drag that down or off to the side or whatever. And I'm just going to try a few of the other tools here. I'll just make another circle, and if I play, let's see if I click that. Actually, sorry, I should select it all, and then so you can take that away. I'm just going to Apple Z, Apple Z again, and I can still move these around as I said before, so I'm just going to do that and Apple Z that. And if I try doing another one of these buttons again, just Apple Z to undo that. You should try and experiment a bit, and I'm just going to perhaps, you see now, because I've used these tools, it's not allowing me to delete just one of these circles. But let's see if I go into this tool here, if I move that away, now I can delete it. So I'm just going to add a few more shapes into this just to play around. Let's see if I click that. Oops. Select all. I don't like that. And that can hollow it out. So if this is kind of the design I want, if I wish, I'm going to highlight them all. I'm going to click this expand button here. You see what that has done has made it one shape in itself that is still able to be edited. So another thing you can do here is, let's see if I go back to this tool, and let's see if I try the polygon tool, and I add one like this, and I'm just going to change the color of that so it's easier to see. Unlike Photoshop, you don't really need to worry about layers here. You see every time I draw something new, it will create it for me. And if I wish to put this shape behind the other, I'm just going to go over here, I'm going to select that shape, I'm going to go to Object, Arrange, and Send Backward. Or of course, Bring to Front. So let me just erase all this here, and still working with the green color. And if I go here, and let's see if I go to the star, and you see if I click here and I'm holding down the mouse, I haven't let go, and if I use the up arrow and I haven't let go of the mouse click yet, you can see you can add more points, and of course the down arrow will decrease it. And now if I let go, and if we try that with, say, the polygon tool, if I press up, you see it adds additional sides. So if I now click here, see this window opens up and I get the same amount of sides showing up that I had for the last shape that I've drawn. So I can click OK and go back, say, to the star, and I'm just going to change it for red. Add a few more points, let go, and if I click here, you see I get 13 points, and of course if I wish to change that, I can click OK. Click again, and I wonder what happens if we change the radius. Let's try radius 1 first. 73, 79, let's see what happens if I just put 30 and I click OK, something like that. I click again, and if I put that to, say, 80 and change radius 2 to 10, we get stuff like that. Now one tool also here is the flare tool, and you see if I click and hold and let go and let go again, and you can also do stuff like that. Let me just get rid of all this here. And what we can also do with the shapes is, say, if we draw something, actually it'd probably be faster if I just go to the rectangle tool, and if I lay something out like here and I click on the pen tool and I start adding, say, some points, and then go to the direct selection tool or the white arrow, I can start dragging these down to make perhaps the design I wished. Go to the white arrow. That's just maybe perhaps another faster way. So since we're on the topic here, you also have this tool here, the line segment tool. You see I click and I can hold, and other options available. Of course, just a straight line. If I just click on the canvas, I get stuff like this, and can perhaps play around with that. And you see there's also an arc tool, and if I click, you can get x-axis and y-axis. Click again if I open it or close it, and of course these can be edited as well. Let's see what else we got here. Spiral.